as, you know, as it is progressing, we are showing the visuals of the moon on the screen as well. And imagine 7 billion people across the world are watching this phenomena right now together. And this is something that's been happening from time immemorial. You have to understand a phenomena that's older than humanity. It is as old as the universe itself. So do tell us, Santosh, that while we understand you're in Prayagraj, and the whole ancient Vedic wisdom which is connected with these astronomical events is also very important. But do tell us, if you can tell us, why does the eclipse happen? Why do we see this darkness spreading across the moon? And why the blood moon? Why this redness in the moon that we see during a full eclipse?
Stand by.
You can say the astronomical change of Earth when falls on the moon, and because all we know that moon rotates around the Earth, and when the shadow of Earth totally covers, and during this rotation, when moon passes that area where the shadow falls, this is the lunar eclipse. But for the Vedic, we can say the
Right.
Vedic period, or from the Vedic period, this is having a very importance of why this is a very crucial for the Hindus. Let me ask to the Purohits, Maharaj ji, ये चंद्र ग्रहण वैसे तो कहा जाता है कि खगोलीय घटना है. चंद्रमा, पृथ्वी और सूर्य जब एक लाइन में आएंगे तो पृथ्वी की छाया में चंद्रमा, लेकिन इसका वैदिक शास्त्रों में किस तरीके से इसका वर्णन किया गया है, कितना महत्वपूर्ण है ये?
जी, लोग कहते हैं कि
Now is also Ashutosh Mishra from Delhi. He's been at the Nehru Planetarium and tracking that moon for a while now. We've been speaking to you, Ashutosh, over the course of the evening as the eclipse is spreading. I can see it on the screens. You know, it's like a blot of ink. When you drop it on a blotting paper, it starts spreading slowly across that paper. Something like that. We can see the darkness spreading. But, you know, it is a phenomena that many of us see in our lifetimes, but sometimes do not understand it that very well. If you could explain to us what really happens in a blood moon situation. Why is there redness in that moon?
Well, to explain that, I'm joining by the senior programmer at Nehru Planetarium, Prerna. But since you ask about the moon, like in 5 minutes or 10, so it will come to totality. And it gives me that impression, and it reminds my child, my daughter, when I keep a piece of pie and then just take a piece of pie and then I ask, who ate it actually? So it just reminds me exactly the moment. Now, in fact, the redness, they are actually giving a color to just understand that how it is gonna looking red moon. But it's coming to the totality. And if you see that at least 95% of the moon has been totally covered. And Prerna, always the curiosity remains. We understand the red given its wavelength and the speed of light. So the wavelength has a different and fastest one. But what exactly makes it look red moon? Why we call it red moon?
So because of the scattering of light, and as you rightly said that color red had the higher wavelength. So at the time of sunrise and sunset, we usually see the red color because of that, because it's scattered very fast. So that is the reason when Earth comes in between and obstacle the past part of the light coming, casting the shadow on it, we see red in color because of the atmosphere.
And doesn't it look like the piece of pie someone stolen, like a child? You bring some piece of cake and then someone literally eats and ask, okay, who exactly ate it? Look, it's only hardly 10% visible for now.
Yes, and also it's another celestial play is going on, as clouds is also playing a game of hide and seek.
Actually, but now we have been lucky. See, at least for last 1 hour, we've been clearly seeing it, and right in front of us, we are seeing the teleprojection here.
Yes. So this time we have projected the big screen so that people on a large scale can see what is going on, and we have connected one of our telescope so that live feed can be seen
I
by.
remember every time there is a lunar or solar eclipse, we have been coming here to covering this. And how do you explain this part of, the eclipse? Now it's hardly 10% is total cover. So how are you going to explain that that takes a shape of this cover and this color that comes?
Yes, so we can clearly see that it's coming in two colors. Half of the shade part is already the disk has been covered by the Earth.
You call it disk. That's how the programmers define, yeah. The shape of moon exactly looks like a disk.
So the disk is covered, and the remaining part is the left of the eclipse phase, which we are waiting. The totality comes around 11 p.m. So 11 p.m. Till 2:25 in the morning, this entire eclipse duration will remain.
So understand, when there is a solar eclipse, you call it ring of fire. And when it takes a similar color like red, when it comes to lunar eclipse, you call it a red moon or a red color. So where exactly in all those parts across the globe we would be able to see the red moon? Is it only visible in India, northern India, or all across the world?
So it will be visible in Asia. Beside Asia, Australia, America, parts of Europe and Africa also gonna see this.
Scientifically, how important this is? Seeing the red moon, or it is just ordinary astronomical movement or planetary movement?
So for astronomers and people who are interested in astrophysics, this is a natural phenomena, but people like to cover it, to see it, how totality, because every time you won't get chance to see the total lunar eclipse.
When do we see this next?
So in 26, we're gonna see it, the lunar eclipse from India. In between, probably will be eclipses, but that we cannot see from India. So in fact, from 2018 to 2025, from Delhi, we have waited so long. In 22,
Last it was available 22, I remember.
22, but due to the bad weather condition and also the polluted sky, because it was just after the Diwali. So because the sky was polluted, we cannot
I
see.
remember you made a lot of arrangements, people even here to eat, and that's exactly how we, the scientific fraternity actually defy the belief that, look, these eclipses have nothing to do as far as rule is concerned, what should you eat, it's all about the belief. And again, we see the curious people in a huge number at Nehru Planetarium. There are telescopes have been put on, all the arrangements, teleprojections have been made. And again, this is not to be disappointed, of course, for the people, those who are not able to see because of the low visibility. What should it turn India today on? We are bringing you live images from Nehru Planetarium. And of course, 2026 will give you another such moment of the lunar eclipses for those who are enthusiasts, who are the curious. Anjali?
Absolutely, these moments keep coming in one's life and they can witness it. But of course, every single of these celestial events is important. It brings in a new reality, a new understanding for how vast this universe is, the planets, their movement, their impact. It is all very interesting.